drinks that's made from concentrate, or the refined sugars, or the refined carbohydrates, I would say do 2 days prior to the 36-hour water fast. Break away from those foods, because you're most likely going to have a headache. And the last thing you're going to do is be on a water fast and be dealing with a headache, because your body's detoxifying itself from that waste that is accumulating in your body. So what starts to happen is, especially when a person has a high salt and high sugar diet, it takes a lot. I've got lots of mosquitoes out here. It causes their nerve cells to become dehydrated. It causes it to contract and pulsate a lot. So you want to basically get rid of that feeling before you even get into a water fast. Otherwise, you'll just find yourself struggling a lot. Other than that, people that don't have a diet that consists of high sugar, high salt, they can just be on fruits the day before and then roll into a 36-hour water fast. Nice. I did a 36 hour to 42-hour water fast every week for 1 whole year.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was just like, what? You're not eating again? I'm going to get this hummus, though. Okay, cool. And then like 7 days for a longer day fast, would they prepare the same way?
So for a longer fast, I never... See, the thing is, you've got lots of people that recommend doing a 3-day water fast. I've never recommended doing a 3-day water fast, because people that recommend to do a 3-day water fast are people that don't understand water fasting. You've got a lot of MDs that suggest you should do a 3-day water fast, is because that's how much they know in regards of medicine. In medicine, when they want to test somebody for illness, they normally test for certain elements within their urine. But what they don't understand is, when you're doing a water fast, your body's eliminating a lot of waste from the urine. So they would do a test on the urine. They'll do a urine sample and find certain levels of sugars in it, or certain proteins in it, and then they'll think that the person's suffering from Bright's disease or diabetic all of a sudden, not realizing that the body's going through a detoxification. So when your body starts going through the detox, the last thing you want to do is stop the detox from happening. You want to make sure that your body's cleansed itself from the waste, which typically starts anywhere between, depending if you're a man or... For women, sometimes the detox can start 48 hours in. Most of the time, it starts 60 hours in, 60 to 90 hours. And during that time, you do not want to break your fast. So at any given time, you're feeling a little bit slow, fatigued, a little bit with nausea.
Why women? Because women have a higher fat percentage.
Yeah. But what's stored in their fat is what causes them to feel the way that they feel so early. Yo, these mosquitoes are savage. This is why I couldn't actually be vegans, because these mosquitoes have to die.
Sound like you need some citronella oil. You need a shawl. You need a shawl right now.
You know what I need? Normally what I do is I have eucalyptus oil and coconut oil mixed together, and I only use that because they don't like that. They don't like that taste.
See, this is the guy's hero. You know he's a hero when his daughter just starts singing a song, just because he come in from outside and she starts singing.
Yeah, so I never recommend 3-day water fast.
Okay, but for most people, them in terms of psychologically, physically they could do it, but psychologically, it's like, let me do 36 hours, let me do 72 hours, and then let me do the big 7-day one. Because I know for a fact where I was psychologically, I wasn't just going to jump straight into a 7-day. I had to do the 3-day I did in London.
Yeah.
And in me doing that 3-day, I was like, I said to you, I was like, not the first one. The first one, I was angry that I was doing it because I still had a lot going on.
Yeah.
Eat, right? The second one, I was like, I could just not eat again. This is easy. So by the time it now got to doing the 7-day, I knew what I had to do. I knew what that is. Whereas a lot of people who've never done that before, to just go in there, that's kind of like, you're just out here taking opportunities, B. And then, like,
No, but like you said, psychologically, one has to be prepared for it, because physically, everyone can do a water fast. Anyone can step into a water fast and just say, you know what, I'm going to do 20 days. Because there's been plenty of people that's jumped in a water fast for the very first time and they've done 7 days, and there's been plenty of people that's done 14 days in the very first water fast. But what's going on up here? A lot of people enter into a water fast if in an errand. Am I gonna, like, they're playing double dutch? You're either in it or you're not. And the worst time to want to decide to do a water fast is when you have up and coming events. And that's what people are like, oh yes, I'm gonna do this thing, but then I've got somebody's wedding and I've got this, my birthday. Like, don't do your water fast during that time. Just have no distractions. That's the best time to do it, with no distractions. So,
you know, I hope he's in here. Issa pissed me off when he was doing his water. Clap that. Oh.
my,
You know why he pissed me off? Because I knew he could do it, but then when he was coming up with these excuses, I had to break it, man. It's like, when you're in it, either you're going to do it or you're not going to do it. That's it.
listen, I don't really want to chat about man on the live, but
I'm out because he's alive. I love him. He's only as powerful as his mind allows him to be.
this is the thing. So, like, if you're mentally prepared for it, you're going to do it. And what I suggest people do is, if they're going to do water fast, practice 24 hours, practice 48-hour water fast, and done. But then the moment you think more than 48 hours, I say go for 5 days. Because what you're doing a water fast to detox. That's the whole point. You're detoxing from whilst you're doing it, and you're eliminating all that chemical waste that you find in your medication, because a lot of people are on medication. You got a lot of people that's the food choices that we eat that is just loaded with different chemicals to preserve it, and for flavorings and additives, the excess sugars, the crystallized acids that people have in their drinks. There's reasons why people want to do a water fast. So if you're going to do it, know the reasons why you're doing it. Don't just be like, oh yeah, I just want to try this thing. Those people that just want to try this thing,
Remove Juan Vapin, the person who's just putting all the meat signs in there. Just remove him. He's annoying me. Wow. Bombakla! Bam! The lightning just struck the sea right there.
I missed it. I heard it though.
I hear it.
Yeah. I didn't know where it was.